Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vashadi Gaur Bhakta-vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. I was telling Maharaj that I was not feeling very well today, and sometimes your health condition gives in, and I was thinking that I would call you and tell you that I was not feeling well. But then I thought that's it. And actually at that time Daruka called.
Jai Daruka.
He was asking when you coming. Then I thought that I was just coming. It shouldn't be like this though. You should always be ready to speak Krishna Katha. Prabhupada was such a wonderful example for that. He, until the last moment, Prabhupada used all his energy to spread the glory of Krishna. He was translating, although he didn't eat anything for a long time. He didn't even have the strength to turn to his side, but he was still translating. He couldn't even move, but you may have seen that video. Jayadita Maharaj used to hold the microphone in front of Prabhupada's mouth, and Pradyumna Prabhu used to read the Sanskrit verses, and Prabhupada used to give his purport to those locals. Even a few days before he left the planet, Prabhupada kept on translating. And those translations were the most profound presentation of the penetrating perceptions of Srimad Bhagavatam, Brahma Mohan Leela, the 13th chapter of the 10th canto, where Brahma was bewildered by Krishna, and he couldn't recognize Krishna. And in order to check him out, in order to find out who this little cowherd boy is, Brahma stole Krishna's calves and Krishna's friends and kept them concealed in a mountain cave. But Krishna, understanding Brahma's ploy, Krishna expanded himself into all those cowherd boys and calves. And so when Brahma looked around, he saw that all these cowherd boys and calves are still there on the bank of Jamuna. The boys were having a picnic with Krishna, just the way that they were doing before Brahma stole them, and the calves were grazing on the pasturing ground on the bank of the Jamuna. And then Brahma saw that all these cowherd boys and all those calves are actually expansions of Krishna. They all were Narayan. One Narayan is the worshipable Lord of Lord Brahma. And here Brahma was under the impression that there was only one Narayan. But here Brahma is saying so many Narayans. And all those Narayans are Krishna's expansions. So in this way, Krishna's supremacy has been established time and time again through his pastimes. Brahma is recognized as the greatest personality on this planet. There are people, those who recognize Brahma but do not accept Krishna. So for them, it has been established, it has been pointed out that even Brahma is subservient to Krishna. Krishna is even Brahma's worshipable Lord. So this is how the supremacy of Krishna has been established time and time again through his pastimes. And Srila Prabhupada so wonderfully explained that. Actually, Krishna is the supreme personality of God. And that has been very clearly established by his pastimes. And those pastimes have been recorded in Srimad Bhagavatam. Therefore, Srimad Bhagavatam is the most authoritative scriptures. Through other scriptures we may not understand Krishna's supreme position. Through other scriptures we may not be able to recognize Krishna as the supreme personality of Godhead. For example, there are scriptures that do mention that Krishna is an incarnation of Kshirodakshayi Vishnu. These avatars, these incarnations in this universe are expansions of Kshirodakshayi Vishnu. And even at the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam that has been pointed out. It can be quite bewildering at times. When the earth was afflicted by the onslaughts of the demons, then Mother Earth, being tormented, approached Lord Brahma along with the demigods and asked him to rectify the situation, to do something about this terrible condition of the earth planet. And Brahma admitted that he doesn't have the ability to do that himself. So he took them to the milk ocean, to the bank of the milk ocean, where Kshirodakshayi Vishnu was lying. And he prayed to him. And Kshirodakshayi Vishnu did not manifest himself in front of Lord Brahma and the demigods, but he simply spoke to Brahma and instructed that, okay, you tell the demigods to take birth in the Jadu dynasty, in the Jadu Vamsa, and I will come. I'll need their help. So ask them to take birth in the Jadu and Vrishni family, and I will come to rectify the situation. So from that perspective, it seems that Krishna is an expansion of Kshirodakshay Vishnu. But as we go deeper into Srimad Bhagavatam, then we begin to realize that Krishna is not an incarnation, but Krishna is the source of all incarnations. Krishna is not an avatar, but Krishna is an avatar. Krishna is the avatari. So, in this way, the Srimad Bhagavatam is the only scripture that very clearly reveals Krishna's identity. And therefore Chaitanya Mahaprabhu pointed out that Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanam Amanam. The spotless Puran Srimad Bhagavatam is the proof that Krishna, the son of Nanda Maharaj who resides in Vrindavan, is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Whereas from other scriptures, there may be some sort of misunderstanding that Krishna is an incarnation. Krishna is not the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There are 4 other Vaishnava Sampradayas. They don't understand this very simple point. Although they are Vaishnava Sampradayas, many of them are confused about that. Some of the Vaishnava Sampradayas don't even accept some or don't even delve into some parts of Srimad Bhagavatam. For example, the Madhva Sampradaya do not want to accept or do not delve into the Brahma Mohan Leela of Srimad Bhagavatam. Their point is, how can we accept our Sampradaya Acharya is bewildered? So in this way there are many misconceptions, but Srimad Bhagavatam actually makes everything clear. Yes, Brahma is the Sampradaya Acharya, there is no doubt about that. Brahma is also our Sampradaya Acharya. But Krishna is the Supreme, so Krishna can bewilder anybody. And there is no harm in that. Similarly, Lord Shiva was also bewildered by Krishna. When Krishna appeared with his Mohini Murti, Lord Shiva was bewildered. When Krishna was fighting with Banasura, Shiva came to help Banasura in fighting against Krishna. And Shiva was taught a very wonderful lesson. And he came back to his senses. And then he said, Krishna, why do you do this to me? Why did you give me this Ishvara bhava? That I am the greatest, I am the controller. As a result of that, I forget your position, your identity. So in Srimad Bhagavatam, everything becomes clear. And especially when this Srimad Bhagavatam has been explained by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Actually, it is through Chaitanya Mahaprabhu only Srimad Bhagavatam has been properly revealed. Otherwise, even Bhagavatam can be bewildered. Just as it has bewildered the part of Madhva Sampradaya. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu dealt with them also. Another branch of Madhva Sampradaya is called Tattvadis. They aspire for liberation. They think that the liberation is the ultimate goal of life. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu met them during his tour of South India, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu very clearly pointed out that if liberation is the ultimate goal, then why it has been pointed out that that liberation personified with folded hand is begging to the devotees for their benediction. Why it has been pointed out that the devotees even offered this liberation, they don't want to accept it. Diyamanam na grindhanti vinam sevanam. Even if this liberation is offered to the devotees don't want to accept it. So if liberation is not desired by the devotees, and if you consider that you are devotees of Krishna, then why are you aspiring for liberation? Liberation personified is with folded hand, begging the service of the devotees. So in this way Chaitanya Mahaprabhu pointed out the mistakes, that this is not the goal of life. Liberation is not the goal of life. Liberation is only a side effect of Krishna consciousness. And Haridas Thakur pointed that out. When he pointed that out, some Brahmanas became envious and he started to challenge Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur said that just the liberation that is not achieved in millions of lifetimes of Brahman realization, simply in the clearing stage of chanting the holy name of the Lord, that liberation is achieved. So what's the big deal about liberation? Liberation is not the goal of devotion. Prema is the goal of devotion. Love of Godhead is the goal of devotional service. So in this way, time and time again, it has been pointed out. Through Srimad Bhagavatam. And Srila Prabhupada came and gave it to us. What Chaitanya Mahaprabhu brought down to this planet, Srila Prabhupada distributed it all over the world. So this movement is giving something which is very, very rare. And this gift of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has been substantiated very wonderfully by Srimad Bhagavatam. And another book that very wonderfully substantiated that is Brahma Samhita. Brahma Samhita dealt with every single aspect and pointed out Govindam Adipurusham Tamam. Everything in relation to Govinda. The relationship with Govinda's relationship with Lord Shiva, or Shiva's relationship with Govinda. Indra's relationship, Brahma's relationship, Mahamaya's relationship, Ganesha's relationship. Time and one after another has been pointed out. What is the relationship with Lord Shiva? Kshiram yathadadhi vikara vishesha yogat sanjayate nahi tatat pithagasti heto ya sambhutam api tatha samapaitikaya govindam adi tamam. Just as milk turns into yogurt in contact with acid, similarly, in order to achieve certain special mission, Krishna has transformed himself into Sambhu, Govinda. Ja sambhutam api tatha samapaitika. And what is that purpose? What is that mission? That mission is to deal with this material nature. Krishna won't deal directly with the material nature. Therefore, he transforms himself into Lord Shiva to deal with this material nature. So those who are worshippers of Shiva, they can see what is Shiva's relationship with Krishna. Those who are worshippers of Ganesh, Jat Pada Pallava Yugam Vinidhaya Dande Pranam Samaye Sadanadhiraj Vignan Vihantum Alamasya Jagatrayasya Govindam Adipurusham. Vignan Vihantum Alamasya Jagatrayasya. Ganesha's expertise is to remove the impediments, vignas of Jagatrayasya, upper, middle and lower planetary systems. 3 jagats. So that is Ganesh's, he is the Siddhidata. He gives Siddhi, he gives success. How does he give success? By removing the obstacles. In India, many people, especially in the Western India, in Maharashtra, Ganesh is very popular. But how is Ganesh is having this power? Jat pada pallava jugam vidhaya. Ganesh is holding the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Govinda. And by doing that, he has got this wonderful ability. Maya hi jasya jagadanda satana sutta traigunna tad vishaya veda vitaya satyavalamba parasatta vishuddha sattva govinda adi. So is Krishna's Maya, the material Mahamaya, is Krishna's external nature. She is endowed with 3 modes. So in this way, it has been pointed out. Similarly, in Srimad Bhagavatam, we see Brahma is bewildered. Lord Shiva is defeated by Krishna. And coming back to his senses, he is praying to Krishna, please forgive me. Indra tried to act funny with Krishna. And then again, at the end of the day, he comes and begs forgiveness. He is afraid to approach Krishna. So Brihaspati, his guru, advised that take Surabhi. Krishna is very fond of his cows. So when he will see Surabhi, his anger will automatically subside. So Indra, hiding behind Surabhi's tail, holding on to Surabhi's tail, approached Krishna. And then when Krishna was specified, he came out and begged forgiveness. So this is the position of Krishna. Ishvaraha Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarvakaranaka. So that is what Krishna is. So that Krishna has been presented as the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the most wonderful way by Srila Prabhupada to us. And we have the most wonderful treasure of the spiritual world, most wonderful treasure of the spiritual sky. Now the question is, what are we going to do about that? We naturally have to enrich ourselves with that. And Krishna consciousness needs commitment. If we recognize the value of something, what do? Do we take advantage of that wealth only at times, once in a blue moon, once in a while? Or that becomes our full commitment? If we recognize the value of Krishna consciousness, we will completely dedicate ourselves to that. No compromise. This is the most wonderful thing, this is the most valuable thing, and this is coming to ourselves to it. Find that that you have your other commitments, but those other commitments shouldn't become your main goal, and Krishna consciousness is just a part-time job. That shouldn't be. It should be the other way around. Krishna consciousness should be the full-time thing, other things are part-time. That doesn't mean that we have to give up. You have to give up what you're doing. No, do whatever you're doing, but it should be done for Krishna. That is the most important. Not that I will work, maintaining my family is my main business and service to Krishna is a side business. No, it should be the other way around. Service to Krishna should be the main business and maintaining the family and other things should be the secondary. If it doesn't, then we have to understand that we are missing out. We are missing out. When Srila Prabhupada was here, it was very clear that Krishna consciousness is the main business. Everything else was secondary. Of course, that was another period, that was another phase that the movement was going through. Prabhupada came to America, it was the young boys and girls from America who were attracted. And they left everything. For them it was not difficult to give everything up. Give up their family, give up their society, give up their bad habits, give up everything. And become fully committed to Krishna consciousness. It's unfortunate that those Americans are not there anymore. And the new Americans are not coming. Prabhupada will be quite disappointed to see the situation the way it's here today. Prabhupada's first question will be, where are the Americans? We are in America, but where are the Americans? It's not that Prabhupada wanted to exclude the Indians. Rather, Prabhupada used to lament those days. Everyone is coming, but the Indians are not coming. Prabhupada told me a couple of times, the Indians are not coming. In one hand, Prabhupada will be happy that so many Indians are coming. But not at the expense of the Americans. Prabhupada's first question will be, we are in America, where are the Americans? When Prabhupada went to Africa, I think it was in Nairobi, in Kenya. And the devotees brought the important Indians to meet Srila Prabhupada in the evening. So after they all left, Prabhupada called those devotees and asked them, did I come to Africa to meet the Indians? He said, where are the Africans? So this is how this movement will spread. It's nice that the Indians are there, the Indians have gone out and they have been situated in different parts of the world and they're coming forward to help the movement. But we must recognize that the main business is to bring the local people. Not that we create an Indian club. ISKCON should not become an Indian club. Prabhupada gave a very clear understanding. The International Society for Krishna Consciousness. The International Society. Not the Indian Society. Krishna Consciousness. And of course it's very nice that in India ISKCON movement is spreading very nicely. But unfortunately we are facing some setback in America now. Whereas when Prabhupada was here, he started the movement in America, he made the movement spread all over the world through America, through his American disciples. But it's unfortunate that after Srila Prabhupada's disappearance, our movement is going through some difficulty in America. So we must make it a point to give a boost to our preaching in America. We have to think of ways and means how to bring these Americans, how to attract them to this movement. Yes, ma'am.
We are thinking about that. We were preaching at the university. I'm going up tomorrow. We talked to a lot of Americans, but one thing that is lacking is that senior devotees like yourself became regularly. If you give us a commitment, you'll come again next year. Then we could be inspired to preach stronger and bring some nice American voice to you. Because it's true that not many people are traveling and preaching, even myself. And you know, if you could come and people would see that such nice, genteel, educated people have dedicated their lives, not just something they may do, but you've already done, dedicated your life for the last over 30 years, then they'll be more likely to be inspired to. And the devotees here would also feel inspired to take up this mission of preaching to the Americans that you're presenting to us very nicely. Because it's true, there's sometimes, I've personally been told, you know, mostly Indians are coming, why do you want to be the president here? Let some Indian be the president. Some Indian people told me that. We should just cater to the Indians, and the Westerners don't know how to deal with the Indians, so it's better that we just let the Indians manage everything. And many centers are going like that. So I'm very happy that you brought up that point, that this is America, we should try to bring Americans. But we need, when you come and speak like this, then the Indians, they realize also that this is an international society, and we're in America. We should, you know, try to bring American friends. All of you have American friends. We should try to get them. Otherwise, they'd be thinking, "Oh, this is a Hindu temple." I'm not a Hindu. I don't want to go to a Hindu temple. I wouldn't ever join if it was a Hindu temple.
Yeah.
So your commitment to come once a year?
Yeah, naturally we have to do something. And well, I mean, since we brought it up, I'll just tell you about certain perceptions and observations that I made. One observation is that, I mean, it's about why our movement today is failing to attract the Americans. Should I?
Yeah, please, reveal your mind. Maybe.
Yeah. You see, when Prabhupada came, America was going through a very special phase. America, due to various things like, you know, Vietnam War and height of material prosperity after the Second World War, and acute, intense materialism, the frustration caused by intense materialism, caused the American youth to revolt against the American system. I mean, you yourself are a product of that.
Counterculture.
So they were looking for, the American youth were looking for a positive alternative, a counterculture. And at that time Prabhupada came. And Prabhupada picked them up and brought them to the temple. And with them he started this movement. And the movement, you know, created a big sensation all over the world. There was literally a Hare Krishna explosion. But if you look at today's world, today's youth are not really, you know, looking for a positive alternative, and they are not really, you know, looking for a counterculture. Rather, they are conforming with the present system, the globalization, which is leading to material success. You know. And most of the youth are actually into, you know, making a success out of their life. Now, if we apply the policy that was effective in the mid-60s and early 70s in the beginning of 20th century, early 20th century, it's not going to produce the same result because the scenario has changed. And in order to effectively surge this movement forward, we have to think of different other ways and means which is in conformity to the present demand, present society's structure, and the aspirations and the appeals of the youth. Because it's the youth that's going to take the movement forward. It's not. So Prabhupada got the American youth with him, and he made it happen with them. It's the youth of that time that made the movement move forward. So if we want to be successful in today's successful propagation of Krishna consciousness, we have to mobilize the youth. We have to first appeal to them and we have to get them to come forward. So this is personally, I think that this is what we have to think about deeply, how to motivate them. It's not just getting them to, oh, Hare Krishna movement is nice, Hare Devotee is nice, they have some nice prasad. On Sundays we can go there and have some, we can make music with them and have a feast. That also they are not coming. How to mobilize them, how to motivate them, that's what we have to think about.
Any suggestions?
I won't suggest. The word is cheap. Anyway, this is my observation that I'm just...
No, I agree with it, 100%.
So, as I said, we have to consider how to inspire them and get them to come and join the movement. This movement is not for a handful of, as you said, handful of people. This movement is meant for the whole world. It's meant, everybody needs Krishna. And we have to make everybody understand that you need Krishna, irrespective of where you come from. Everybody needs Krishna. Just as you needed Krishna, I needed Krishna, in spite of our social and other differences. So we have to make everybody understand that everybody needs Krishna. And when they recognize that they need Krishna more than anything else, then yes, they will come.
Any comments or questions?
What do you think about people celebrating like Diwali and what's the other one, Shivaratri? I've noticed a lot of posters up now where they have Diwali in huge letters and a beautiful picture of Mother Lakshmi, and then tiny little words on the side, oh, and Govardhan Puja too. You know? What do you think about that?
What do you think of it?
I think it's terrible, but I'd like to hear what you talk about it.
You see, there's nothing wrong in celebrating Diwali with the right understanding. What is Diwali? What is your understanding of Diwali? Why is it celebrated?
There are a number of reasons. A lot of reasons, like Lord Ram coming back from his
That's the
exile.
main reason. That's the reason.
Well, where I come from, we celebrate Mother Lakshmi.
It's not a question of where you come from.
Yeah.
It's a question of Krishna conscious presentation of that. We have to present everything in the light of Krishna consciousness, in relation to Krishna, in relation to Lord Ramchandra. So present it in relation to Lord Ramchandra. Lord Ramchandra, after killing Ravana, he came back to Ayodhya. And the whole city of Ayodhya was lit up with lamps. And that's why it is Deepavali. And from Deepavali it has become Diwali. But yes, but if you go to the today's Indian thing, in Bengal it is a day of Kali Puja, Maharashtra is a day of Lakshmi Puja, and so on and so forth. But that is not the real understanding. The real understanding is Lord Ramchandra's return to Ayodhya. So that's how we celebrate it. But I get your point. Like if the objective is to attract the Hindu community and not really present Krishna consciousness properly, then it is an unfortunate compromise. We shouldn't do that. Like as Maharaj pointed out, like we should not bring ISKCON down to a Hindu thing. Like if you make it a Hindu thing, then only a bunch of Hindus will come. The Americans will not come here. Europeans won't come here. Africans won't come here. Chinese won't come here. Japanese won't come here. But actually our target is the whole world. We have to get everybody, no compromise. And Bharat Bhumite Hoilo Manushya Janmajar Janma Sarthak Kori Kore Paro. Those who are born in India, take up this mission of spreading Krishna consciousness all over the world. That is what we have to do. And then only we'll be recognized. Then only we'll be proud of our Indian heritage.
The world is in such a need.
And the world is in such a need.
There's no direction. This religion, that religion is simply fighting fanatics, and
right.
Nobody has philosophy. Nobody.
Exactly. Actually, what is Krishna consciousness pointing out? There's only one religion. There's one God, and there's one religion. If religion is the way to understand God and approach Him, if religion is revealing the identity of God and showing us the way how to approach Him, and if there is only one God, then how many ways are there to approach Him? There's only one. That's what we are here for. To make the whole world understand that there is only one God. And that is Krishna. If you want to know who God is, come to us. I will tell you who He is. We are here to tell you what's His name, what He looks like, what He does, where He lives, and we can even give you His telephone number.
Hare Krishna.
So this is how we have to make the whole world understand who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's what we have to make the whole world. And then the whole world will come under one umbrella of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan. Yes, fine, you are coming from Christian background, Muslim background, Jewish background, doesn't matter. Whatever your background may be, but your religion is teaching you to believe in God and love Him and serve Him. So does your religion reveal the identity of God? It gives you the understanding of God in a very, very limited way. But if you come, here we are, we can give you the perfect and complete understanding of your God. Whether you call Him by the name of God or Jehovah or Allah or whatever, we can give you all the information about Him. And we can show you the easiest way to approach Him. You say that your goal is to love God, your Father, love your Father, the Lord the God. So we will take you to your Father and show you how to love Him. That's what ISKCON is here for. And when we give everybody this understanding, broad and clear, then everybody will come. Okay, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Premanande. Vancha kalpatarubhasya kripasindhu.
Nice, Prashadam.